Moving to Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia has its first ever elected female officials. At least 17 women won seats on municipal councils in Saturday's election. It is a small step for womankind in a country where women are still banned from driving. I-24 News correspondent Ori Shapira has the story.
Salima bint Hazab El-Otebi made history today and became the first woman to be elected to public office in Saudi Arabia. 16 other women were elected to municipal council in the landmark election in the Islamic Kingdom, which saw women allowed to vote and be elected for the first time in the country's history.
We've had 2 municipal elections, and this time is the first time that females were allowed to participate. We have accumulated quite a number of voters, with about 600,000 voters this time, and about 130,000 of them are female.
On Saturday, masses of men and women went to the polls and cast their vote. Though many saw it as a remarkable opportunity and step forwards towards equal rights, others saw it as just a natural move by the government.
I want to see the women to be more involved in every institution, in the government and in the private sector. Okay, to be part of the planning, part of the execution, part of the performance, part of the evaluation. She has to be always there.
However, the journey to full gender equality in the Desert Kingdom still has a long road to travel. All women in Saudi Arabia must be accompanied by a male guardian and are forbidden from driving cars, since Saudi clerics say this undermines social values. The World Economic Forum ranked Saudi Arabia 127th out of 136 countries with respect to gender equality. Perhaps the women who were elected may be taking a small first step towards an equal society in Saudi Arabia.
And with me right now here in the studio is Ali Waqid, I-24 News senior Middle East analyst. Good evening.
Good evening, Lucy.
Ali, how big is this step for Saudi Arabia, or is it just for the protocol?
It is for the protocol, but still it is something on this road of the women in Saudi Arabia for more equality. And I'm talking about more equality and not about absolute equality, because apparently it will not going to happen, and it will need more generations in order to see this happen. Lucy, recently a study was prepared by the Security Committee, yes, the Security Committee of the Majlis al-Shura, the Legislative Council in Saudi Arabia, that suggests that women can issue a passport by themselves without the confirmation, without the agreement of the male who is responsible for them, whether it is their fathers, their older brothers, or their husbands, of course. And yet this law is not supposed to pass in the Saudi parliament, because most of the Saudis do not believe that women have the very basic right to go and to issue a passport in their Ministry of Interior. And this was discussed in the committee, in the Security Committee of the Saudi parliament. This is why we are talking about local elections. We are talking about a very small percentage of Saudis who participated in this election. Women in Saudi yet cannot drive. Women in Saudi cannot fly by themselves. Women in Saudi cannot have issued a passport by themselves. The journey is still very long to go.
You know, I just tried to ask you, and if you can answer me in a short answer, please, because we're just about to finish. What are the chances that it's connected to the criticism against Saudi Arabia being the head of the Human Rights Committee in the UN?
It is connected, without no doubt, but it is more connected to the campaigns that women are maintaining in the Saudi civil society, or the so-called Saudi civil society, in order to try to promote Saudis where the civilized society where women and men can have the same rights.
Yes, Ali Waqid, thank you very much. In 1 minute, you managed to make me angry, like, since the beginning of this edition. Thank you very much. Not you specifically, the situation in Saudi Arabia.